Hello friends, operator Starsky with a daily update from Kyiv, Ukraine. Tonight the Russia's Shahed drones and cruise missiles were fired at Ukraine again. All the targets were intercepted over Kyiv. Several debris fell down in Podil district as well as Svetoshin district of the capital city, causing a fire. There was a report of smoke in Shevchenkivsky district. Turned out that it was caused by a citizen who burned his early breakfast, because from our experience, during a terror Russian missile strike, a good snack will keep your anxiety under control. The citizens traditionally took cover in the shelters such as the Metropolitan Subway. You can access them anytime during the strike, regardless of curfew. And a lot of Ukrainian kids were born in those shelters as well since the beginning of the invasion. And we know that 37 Russian cruise missiles as well as 29 Iranian drones were shot down over Ukraine, according to the report of the Ukrainian Air Force. And just so you could understand how it happens, before launching the cruise missiles, the Russian aircraft take off from Olenia and Engels air bases. The losers flying from Olenia have to make all the way south, which takes them several hours, to fire a barrage of expensive missiles that most commonly don't make it through the Ukrainian air defense. To compensate for that, the Russians simultaneously launch swarms of Iranian drones. Those that penetrate the air defense usually hit civilian targets, which you can see from all kinds of daily updates, like hospitals, malls, kindergartens, gas stations, civilian houses, and the only purpose of those strikes is to make the Russian citizens a bit happier. Because in their fascist minds, by killing civilians, the Russians punish the West for being rich, developed, and having all the things that Russians never had, like freedom, democracy, laundry machines, and toilets. And of course, they can't let the Ukrainians have better quality of life than the poor Russians. That's the global picture, just so you could understand the Russian logic behind the missile strikes and behind killing the Ukrainian civilians. And if you don't trust me, you can simply join any of the monitoring channels in the Russian Telegram and use Google Translate to see how much happier they become every time a multi-story building or hospital in Ukraine gets hit. Another Russia's battalion tactical group ceased to exist in the past 24 hours. The General Staff of Ukraine reports 430 eliminated terrorists from Russia, also 11 armored vehicles, 4 tanks, and 11 artillery systems. We can see that the armed forces of Ukraine keep the intensity of eliminating the invaders on a high level, and we can also see that the Russian terrorists have absolutely no intention to survive. They don't want to leave. And here in Ukraine, we completely respect their choice because Ukraine is a free country. And of course, nothing can compete with the reports provided by the Russian Ministry of Invasion. The brave terror Russians already defeated all the available NATO tanks in our solar system, and they continue hunting HIMARS, Bayraktars, and Patriots all across the Milky Way. Only last year, they proudly reported destroying 27 HIMARS systems, while Ukraine only had less than 20. And yet, somehow, the HIMARS keep striking them in Berdyansk, Mariupol, and all around the front lines. I made a research and concluded that the Ukrainian supernatural survivability originated this winter when the so-called invincibility points were created across the country to protect people from freezing. Because since that moment we saw numerous magical resurrections of HIMARS systems, General Zaluzhny, the Ukrainian soldiers who, according to sphincters like Scott Ritter, must have depleted already 3 times. I think that it's this magical Ukrainian borscht that was served to the Ukrainian citizens at those invincibility points that gave them the power the Russians simply cannot compete with. My name is Operator Starsky. As always, be safe.